Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching Georgia Beer Reviews. Back at you today with another one. What I'm looking at is a beer from Treehouse Brewing Company. This is the Milky Julius. This was canned on the 3rd. This was canned exactly 1 week ago today. This is a 7% American IPA. It's a rendition of their flagship IPA, which is Julius. Brewed to a crazy... I'm sorry, it's hard to read this. Brewed to carry an even greater hop saturation and opacity than the original. It encompasses the sum of all the knowledge we have gained experimenting with new malt yeast and processes over the last 2 years. So they utilize a softer water profile, wheat in the grist, a different yeast blend, and a hop charge 30% larger than the original. So there you go. That's the difference. It's just basically more of a saturated version of the Julius. So let's go ahead and pour it up. And it's 0.2% alcohol higher than the original, because the original Julius is 6.8. So let's see how this is. It looks like the Julius. Orange Julius with a head in the glass there. Opaque. I mean, you can't see any light or anything really through it at all. 3.5 finger. White. Kind of a cross between a creamy and a frothy head. It looks solid. It looks like a winner for sure. Smells a lot like Julius. Definitely tangerine citrus right up front. Maybe even a slight mango as well. Smells a little on the green side. I guess, what do I mean by that? What I mean is it's a little bit more like herbaceous and even slightly resinous on the nose. And a touch of that wheat malt coming through as well. It smells absolutely delightful. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Solid. Imagine the Julius, but just a lot more... Well, the Julius, but a little bit more on the dank side. They should call this dank Julius. Tangerine citrus is there. There's a little bit of like almost a pith type bitter fruit note. Touch of the mango as well. Middle of the sip, nice and bready. Kind of that wheat malt feel to it, as I get with a lot of the IPAs from Treehouse. They did mention something about the wheat. It says wheat in the grist. And the softer water profile. So yeah, it's just a more hop charged version of Julius. I think I actually prefer the original Julius. It's a little bit more juicy, and you don't get the harshness from the hops, the dank and the bitter notes from the hops. This, you do get a little bit more of that. It does have maybe a slightly more creamy mouthfeel because of the hop saturation. It's medium bodied, medium carbonation, juicy all the way through to the finish. No alcohol presence, 7%. It's really easy drinking. I think it just depends on your personal tasting preferences. If you like a little bit softer body, less dank, more fruit forward, then go with the standard Julius. If you like the nice hop notes that you get with the standard Julius, but you want to bump them up a little bit, along with that comes a little bit more resinous and bitter qualities, but still the same basic beer, then go for this one. Nice head retention and glass lacing there. This is an excellent, excellent beer. I'm not knocking this beer at all. It's really a fine brew, but I prefer the original Julius, but I'm still going to give this a high score. I mean, really, for what it is, it's probably world class, but I'm going to go with a 96 out of 100. It is a solid A beer. You can't go wrong with these Treehouse New England IPAs. I mean, if you like this style, which I do, you get a lot of hop character. Typically not a ton of hop bitterness. Moderate hop bitterness with this, but still very manageable when you compare it to a West Coast style, more traditional IPA. And just soft, creamy, juicy. It's got everything you want in a great New England style IPA. So, 96 out of 100 for the Milky Julius from Treehouse. Buy it, try it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That'll do it for this beer review. Hope everybody out there is having a wonderful day. Till next time, cheers.